Good evening and welcome to Gosport for Gosport Borough versus Farnham Town in the second match day of the season here in the Southern Premier South. I'm Ben Smith alongside Farnham Chairman Harry Hugo. And Harry, it was the perfect start to the campaign. Farnham looking to continue that momentum tonight.
Absolutely. Our first ever away game at Step 3 in the Southern Premier South. It's exciting. It's a proper away day as well. This Gosport side, but also the new Gosport facility is really impressive. And it feels like a huge step up from where we've been in the last couple of years. We're at a proper football stadium.
We are, and we're going to see a proper game, close game. Not an easy one for Farnham. Obviously, the scorelines of each of these sides in match day one might suggest Farnham are the favourites, but this Gosport side, new home, new pitch, they want to make an impact. Yeah,
and it was a decent crowd. There's quite a lot of people below us. We're right above. We've got a brilliant view up here, but we're right above a big stand as well, opposite the stand too. People behind the goal. Yeah, it's a decent little Wednesday night crowd, and hopefully a few of you watching along at home as well. And hopefully Farnham Town can join two other teams who have made it a perfect start so far. I think it's Gloucester and someone else. Can't remember who it is. Berkhamsted? Yeah. But Gloucester and Berkhamsted have made it a perfect start. Farnham have the opportunity to do so today. But even a point here on the road is no disgrace.
Yeah, the team's just getting ready to make their way out. Farnham have been a bit disrupted today with a couple of illnesses and absentees, but still a strong lineup for this first away match of the campaign. It is on an artificial pitch, as I mentioned, newly installed over the summer, and Farnham did well on those pitches last season.
Yeah, we played good football, don't we? We get it down and play. I'm not 100% sure what to expect from this Gosport side, but Farnham play a lot of good football, and this will help. It's a beautiful pitch. I'm told that it's one of 3 in the country, St George's Park and somewhere else, and it's slightly longer, so it's a 50mm grass leaf, rather than an average 40mm. So you can definitely, when you look at it, and you won't be able to see it from up here, but when you look at it, it does look different.
Farnham Town make their way out for the first trip of this 2025-26 campaign, sporting that green and white away strip. And an opportunity to move on to 6 points from 2 games here, and lining up for them is Zaki Waller in goal. We're expecting Joe Jackson to play at right back due to an absentee in Jordan Stepney, so Jack Dean moves into centre back alongside Ryan Kinane. Brandon Mason keeps his place at left back. Ben Purcell is Stepney's replacement. He plays alongside Matt McKenzie in midfield, and the match winner from Saturday, Bobby Joe Taylor, plays with Daryl Sanders in behind Ogo Obi and Adam Liddle, who's in for the ill Sam Evans. Evans is on the bench with Owen Dean, Tom Leggett and Kai Tanner in a 4-man substitutes offering for the visitors.
What I would say about those forced changes, obviously losing Steps and losing Imran this morning as well from off the bench, because he didn't get cleared by the doctors for his finger injury, but also losing Sam Evans to an illness. We've lost some height. Subbing Liddle and Purcell in for Steps and Sam Evans, you lose a significant amount of height. That might have implications over the course of the match, but just watching them line up, Gosport are certainly a bigger side than this Farnham Town team, but that hasn't been a negative for Farnham Town over the course of the last couple of seasons. Technically very good, played lovely football, and that man Adam Liddle, number 20 out there, gets his chance to start at Step 3, and he's had an excellent pre-season, Ben Smith.
He has been with Farnham a few years now, with a minor or small departure in there, but always a reliable figure up front.
Yeah, we'll harry the defenders, give them no time, and yeah, the other notable changes are Joe Jackson to right back. Had a really good start in a Farnham Step 3 campaign in central midfield. Already within 72 hours shoved out to a position that he's less comfortable in, right back tonight. Played a lot of his last couple of seasons at left back, but that means that Jack Dean, who'd played quite a lot of pre-season at centre half, goes and joins Ryan Kinane, the captain, and it's Ben Purcell who comes in for Joe Jackson in central midfield.
Yeah, Gosport have made a few changes themselves. They lost 4-2 at Gloucester on the opening day. Gloucester, of course, among the favourites for promotion. Still, they were 3-0 down within 38 minutes, so no surprise to see a little bit of rotation. They keep Ryan Hall in goal. They've got Benny Reid, Rory Williams, the captain, Joseph Morrison, Charlie Wasmer, Adam Tommaso, Harvey Solly, Kaya Shaka, Arnaldo Krasniki, Trevor Caborn and Ethan Taylor, who did score in that defeat on Saturday, as did Charlie Gunson, who drops to the bench tonight.
Yeah, Trevor Caborn, good player, will play out on the wide. I think we'll probably play him on the left-hand side. He's actually a local boy to Farnham. Lots of the boys out there know him. Has had a really good rise into step 3. Played with Winchester last year. Attacking threat. We're looking to exploit the fullbacks. I have to say, one thing I'm annoyed about already is I don't like Gosport's numbers. They don't look right.
Well, the important thing is we can see them.
Yeah, true. Amazing gantry up here.
So Darryl Sanders will be hoping to play a significant role this season. It all comes down to his fitness. In the last couple of campaigns, it's got the better of him at times, but looks fit and firing, or at least he did in Farnham's opener.
Yeah, he started well. I think he'll be a bit disappointed with his last sort of 20 minutes on the field, but he did start well. And it will be all about getting the ball into those two tens, Bobby Joe Taylor and Darryl Sanders. That's where the magic happens. Very capable forward line.
That's Reid looking to help it on, and Sanders getting in, and Bobby Joe Taylor made the move to challenge for it. It drops here for Krasniki, and he'll have a go early doors.
That was fun. It's a fun start. More shots by Gosport there than the entire of the 90 minutes we watched for Hungerford.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Gosport's approach might differ to Hungerford's. Obviously, they're at home. They maybe don't want to sit in and bore their fans to tears, but at the same time, they don't want to get cut open easily by Farnham.
Yeah, look, it was a game of very few chances on Saturday. Farnham obviously had a difference maker in Bobby Joe Taylor.
Jackson in his second position of the season, making that interception. Jack Dean also in somewhat unfamiliar territory at centre-back, but we've seen him play there before. Looks like Jackson just filling in at centre-back there. Here's Liddell on the move. And now Taylor. And Gosport do not want to see him on the ball at any point.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that quite a lot over the course of the evening as Joe Jackson and Jack Dean sort of swapping positions. Jackson very astute at centre-back as much as he is at right-back. Be able to step into. So swapping with Jack Dean.
Dean winning the throw. And Jack Dean's brother Owen Dean having to be patient, waiting for his chance to start this season on the bench for the second game in succession here.
Yeah, it was a bit of a coin flip for Jono this afternoon, whether or not Owen Dean would start instead of Obi. Obi got the nod. Owen Dean probably more of an impactful player off the bench.
Mason looking to find Obi. Seen some lovely link up between Obi and Evans in pre-season. Tonight it's a new strike partner for Obi and Adam Liddell.
I like this kit. I like it.
Yeah, both quite nice kits.
Yeah, this is very classic, isn't it?
Taylor with the flick and Liddell looking to get there. Just muscled off it by Tommaso, but he's been given straight to Liddell. He's in the clear here. Chance for an early lead for Farnham, and they haven't got it. Liddell drags his shot wide, but what an opening and what a mistake that was.
What a chance. Adam Liddell's got to work the goalkeeper. What a great chance, but it was an early mistake from Gosport centre-half. Shockwaves, but it's got to hit the target.
Did he maybe take it too early there, Liddell?
Just getting caught, wasn't he? Recovering defender. One of those ones that you just want to see at least the goalkeeper make a save.
That's a warning sign that Farnham will be on to Gosport if any of those mistakes occur again.
There was a bit of a concern early in the arrivals that we only had a yellow and a green goalkeeper kit, and whether or not the goalkeeper was going to be allowed to wear green, Zaki. It was decided that green was enough different to our green. Obviously couldn't wear yellow because of Gosport's main colours.
Here's Dean. Obi just held his run nicely there, getting himself back on side. Here's Taylor, and he's helped that on for Caban. And Joe Jackson does well defensively.
Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. Trying to work out what they're doing. It's just a classic 4-2-3-1, isn't it? 17. I think it's Ethan Taylor playing in behind. Caban out on the left-hand side.
Sanders coming deep, and that's given away by Farnham in a dangerous area this time. And an important tackle by Canane to deny Taylor. But Farnham switching off that time.
Disappointing one. Mistake apiece. Good tackle by Ryan Canane. Recovering. I think it was him who gave the ball away. We'll let him off. He's not had the best day of it.
There's Reed. Mason escapes with a throw-in rather than a corner.
We're about to learn if they've got a long throw. Sure, Paul Johnson and his team would have done their research. I haven't. They opt to go short.
Canane this time has time to deal with it. Shaka's touch, and then Sanders
nice
out to Liddell, who's pulled out to this left-hand side, and he's got Obi making a run into the centre. Taylor also arriving in support. It's Daryl Sanders, and he'll have a go. And it was a clean strike from Sanders, just wide.
Yeah, good strike. Positive play. It all came from a Sanders pass across to Adam Liddell. He bided his time, found the man who'd given him the ball. Not a perfect shooting position, but I don't mind to see that, especially on a surface like this. It's going to skip off the top.
Here's the captain, Rory Williams. Dean. Purcell this time looking to get Farnham away. Kenzie on. Out by Wasma. Here's Purcell. One of a couple of changes for Farnham tonight. No Harry Cooksley, of course, for the moment.
Yeah, sunning himself. Back in the country now, though. That's a poor pass.
Yeah, it's latched onto by Krasniki. Enough Farnham bodies back to prevent any immediate danger, but those errors have got to be cut out. Here's Liddell.
Yeah, bit of sloppiness from both defences so far. Farnham are starting to settle into their possession rhythm. Happy to go long at times.
Obi asked to hold that one up. Tall order up there against Morrison, who wins the free kick. But we saw some loose passing on Saturday, didn't we? Some under-hit passes on the longer grass. Definitely lacked some quality at times in the final third with that final ball through.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
It's not something you often associate with Farnham. Dean's header. Referee getting in the way, not causing too much bother. Here's Wasma.
Gosport much faster to get the ball forward.
And Mason was confident that he had enough time there to fend off Solly. And Mason wins the free kick. A late whistle from the referee. I wondered if he was going to leave that one.
Yeah, Gosport much faster, the defenders much faster to step in with the ball, look for their midfield partners. much more interesting matchup already than the one we watched on Saturday. Both teams out here trying to win.
Purcell goes long and Bobby Taylor had come short. Yeah, even the time Purcell had on the ball there was not something you saw too much for the Farnham midfield duo on Saturday. It was getting the bypass the midfield at times.
Yeah. Yeah, and the press was hot, wasn't it, on the centre-backs, and then they kind of let it go and sat in. Yeah, very different dynamic so far in this opening exchange.
Morrison. Now Williams. Here's Caban. Gosport's turn to enjoy a spell of possession. And they go for the switch, and it's not going to come as far as Reed because Sanders is there. And he's got Obi. Mason in support. Mason with the first time cross low. Easily snuffed out.
Poor given the time he had.
Here's Taylor. This is nice from Gosport. The Shaka. Over to Caban. Need to take on Jackson, and that was a tall order.
Well defended.
Forward by Jackson. We'll get another go here. And now Bobby Joe Taylor, who we've not seen much of in the early going.
That's nice though. Makes the pitch big.
Mason. Allowed to carry. Jackson. And now Kinane. Mackenzie has filled in. It's an impressive defensive display from Mackenzie in the second half in particular, I thought, on Saturday.
Yeah, the last 20 minutes when we needed to be good. That's a nice forward pass, as is that looking for Liddell. Right idea from Daryl Sanders. Positive, though, from Ben Purcell. He's looked forward at every opportunity. That was a good pass. Splitting the lines. Yeah, I was impressed with Mackenzie's work ethic. Knew he had a job to do with 20 to go. See the game out. It's the perfect sort of player you want in there to do it. Engine room.
Sort of the Mark Waters replacement, you could say, from last season. Did a similar job. Here's Purcell. And there is Mackenzie, and he's very good at that, isn't he? Using his body.
Yeah, really good.
Mason. Keeps going, Mason. And he's trying to take on one more in Reed, and that was a bridge too far. But went down too easily there, Reed, and handled the ball.
He just fell over. It was actually really smart from Brandon Mason. He kind of pulled back away from him, knowing that he was looking for the foul. Went over and handballed it. It's a pretty good refereeing. You don't see, normally you get sold every single time by those, but Mason used his experience, pulled back off the defender. No way he made contact.
And you mentioned that Farnham had lost some height with Evans' absence, Uche as well.
Yeah, I mean, the box doesn't look as appealing as it did on Saturday from a crosser's perspective.
And Stepney also out, but Jack Dean has scored a few headers in his Farnham career.
Yeah, he's excellent in the air.
All about the delivery from Sanders or Taylor, whoever it might be.
Yeah.
Sanders looking at Taylor as if to say, are you going to take it? Which he does. And it's at the near post for Mackenzie. And Liddell now. It's going to come back out for Sanders, who just looks to feed it into the 6-yard box, and nobody was there at the near post.
Farnham haven't quite got their set pieces right so far this season. Delivery hasn't been perfect.
Westmer. And now Reed.
That's a nice ball.
It's Kozniki looking to get on the end of it. Kanane watched it all the way.
These two boys in front of us for Gosport both look quite young, don't they? Number 2 and number... He turns around. The right winger. Number 12?
Solly. Harvey Solly.
Both look quite young. More experience on that left-hand side.
Purcell. One of the younger members of the Farnham squad. Now Sanders. Purcell is going to look for Mason.
Very good.
Who's so often the outlet. Taylor on the overlap. Mason goes inside. He's got Sanders in support. Keeps going, Mason. Here is Taylor. Sanders to Mason. And that's a firm and fair tackle by Solly. Now Sanders. Round of applause for that tackle by Solly. McKenzie stealing it. And McKenzie having a go. Can't blame him for trying.
No, like that. He reads the game so well, McKenzie. Tries to get in front of it. It's actually how we scored our first goal of pre-season. It was a Matt McKenzie sort of read of the play as it was getting played out from defence at Cobham. And he just strode into the box and passed it past the goalkeeper. That one was a bit harder.
About a quarter of an hour gone. It's been a decent amount of half chances, especially for Farnham. Most of their efforts coming from outside the box, but certainly trying their best to test Ryan Hall, who at this stage on Saturday had conceded already. Can't let this Gosport defence grow in confidence after that 4 goals they shipped at the weekend. And Mason is looking for Liddell. That's almost bounced calmly. I'm not sure Obi reacted as quick as he could have there. Liddell chasing down. And it's one back by Farnham Town. Just a slip there from Bobby Joe Taylor.
Frustrating. He had a really good opportunity to get past his man there, Bobby Joe.
They're winning the ball back quickly at the moment, Farnham. That's a nice set almost from Obi. Bobby Joe Taylor just ran ahead of it. That's an interesting ball through for Caban. Jackson does well again at right back. Farnham play their way out beautifully.
Really good.
Taylor. Obi. And he's going to get to this. I'll go Obi. And Daryl Sanders. And he just had to sweep it in. Another opportunity from the edge of the box goes begging for him. Here's Mason. Farnham again getting some joy though.
Yeah, you just want to see a sweet strike. Sanders had one relatively early, struck it well, just went wide, but just want to see one where the goalkeeper has to work.
Mason goes around the outside. Sanders into the feet of Liddell. And now it's Taylor. And now Obi. And there's just so many bodies back there now for Gosport.
There is, but Farnham are beginning to find more space on the edge of the box.
Thought Taylor was going to let fly.
Yeah, you thought he'd swing your right foot at it. Left-footed, obviously. Scored a brilliant goal on Saturday with his left foot. That one didn't quite fall for him. Farnham are starting to cause a nuisance for this Gosport midfield at the very least. It's a goal.
Taylor with a loose touch that time.
That's good from Obi.
It's fouled. A bit too tenacious there from Williams.
Yeah, a few opportunities for Taylor to get on the ball. He hasn't quite made the most of it so far.
Knows the artificial surface well, of course. Given his history.
Yeah. Decent little turnout. I'm trying to figure out, based on my sort of eyeball knowledge of crowds, I'd eyeball mid-600s. That would be where I'd be. I don't know how many people are below me. I'm presuming quite a few.
So another chance for Bobby Joe Taylor to pick out one of those 5 Farnham players that he's got to aim at here.
Has to be a better delivery.
And comes for Liddell, and Kaname will have a swipe, and it's Obi, and it's a corner.
Still Farnham can't find a shot on target. Much better ball in there, that one. Caused a few troubles in the Gosport penalty area.
Sanders strutting over maybe to take over from Taylor, or he's just going to pass on an instruction. So we'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Not a huge run-up over there in the corner for Taylor.
Yeah, there's big run-offs.
Mackenzie! Oh, what a delivery and what a header! And Farnham do take the lead from a set piece.
Who'd have thought it? It's been poor delivery after poor delivery for the last, what is it, 120 minutes or so. But that one was an excellent one. A peach onto Matt Mackenzie's head, and it took an age to go into the back of the net. But in the back of the net it went. Farnham 1, Gosport 0.
And Mackenzie, we were just praising him for his defensive work, especially in the last outing, but what a header that was. And there is the breakthrough. Farnham were huffing and puffing from open play, but a Bobby Joe Taylor delivery, been waiting for it. Met perfectly by Farnham's new central midfielder, Matt Mackenzie, who's off the mark.
Yeah, excellent header. Excellent header.
We'll see how Gosport react. Still plenty of time, but Farnham, you'd expect now, as the game opens up, to go through the gears even more. Looking for an instant response, though. There's Shaka. And now Caban. His delivery. And it's found its way through, and a swipe from Reed. Swing and a miss.
A warning sign for Farnham Town straight after scoring.
And he's dug that one out. It's come all the way through to Jackson. That's good. And it's an awkward one for Gosport to defend. And Caban hesitated, and Taylor profited. So a goal and an assist for Taylor in his 120 minutes as a Farnham Town player.
I'm sure he'll let me know on the car journey home.
He'll be hungry for more tonight, that's for sure. And for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, he's been quiet, hasn't he, really? But that was an excellent ball, and we know he's so capable from a dead ball.
That was well dealt with by Wassmer. Paul not taking a chance, he wants to get up and play that out, and it was well controlled by Caban, and he's brought down by Purcell.
Yeah, it was a nice touch from Trevor Cable. That horrible number 24 on his back. I mean, it hardly fits. I'm not having the numbers. I'm not having the numbers.
Dinked over the top.
That's nice.
And Solly can't get there ahead of Kanane. And Mason's managed to play that down the line for Sanders and keep it in play.
One look comfortable on the surface, is what I'd say. They look comfortable with the weight of pass. They look comfortable with the ball at their feet. They look comfortable in dangerous situations as well. Defensively, they've looked really assured.
Yeah, it's a far cry from the last time we were in this part of the world at Horndean, when the pitch was a lot more difficult to play on, I think it's fair to say.
That's a nice ball.
Jackson. And he's got there. And he's got Obi, and the flag is about to go up, and does go up.
It looked marginally onside. It was a tight one. Needs to watch that line. I want to thank the sponsors of the live stream. First and foremost, SCL, sports education programs, front of shirt sponsor for us as well this season and next season. Huge long-term commitment of the people there. And if you are interested in getting into sports education, be it continuing to play football when you go from 16 to 18, and it's definitely the company you need to be looking out for. Different facilities around the country.
Taylor. Mason again, look, moving quickly down the left-hand side. It's picked out by Taylor. And he's looked good on the ball, hasn't he, Mason, in the early going?
Yeah, he does.
Purcell looking for the other fullback, Joe Jackson. And his touch is good. And his delivery is good. And Liddell met it awkwardly. There was a bit of a tussle going on between him and Reed.
It was a lovely move from Farnham, left to right so quickly. Joe Jackson was... I mean, he had the keys of Gosport out over on the far side. The freedom of the town. Put in a nice ball as well.
Yeah, Reed just did enough to put Liddell off. They were grappling with each other at the back post. This time,
that's a nice ball.
Caban looking to get in. His touch is behind him. Purcell unable to bring it in. And here's Krasniki.
That's lovely.
And the effort is a really good one from Shaka, and out of nothing, a beautiful equaliser for the hosts.
What a finish. What a finish. It was a lovely one-touch move on the Farnham penalty area. And what a great strike. And a brilliant roar as well from the home fans. Excellent finish. It's a goal against the run of play, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was reminiscent of Taylor's goal on Saturday in terms of the flight of the ball. Not much Waller could have done about that.
No, it's what a frustrating one that Farnham couldn't get hold of the ball on the edge of their penalty area and get it clear. And for all of Farnham's dominance, they are level.
Yeah, the ball dropped nicely for Shaka. Had so much to do with the finish.
Yeah, brilliantly taken.
So Farnham quickly pegged back, and this is a really entertaining first half here on this new surface that does allow for quality football. We're seeing it. Farnham looking to settle down after that setback. Purcell taking his time on the ball. Don't want to get swept up in this newfound belief that Gosport have got. Liddell on the run. And, well defended by Reed. Mason looking to win it back high up the pitch. Kinane stepping out to keep Ethan Taylor company.
It's definitely Boyd.
It's a really nice ball for Reed.
It's definitely Boyd, this Gosport team and set of fans. That's a nice pass.
And a lovely flick and a chance. Well, Reed still not away, and over the bar it goes from Caban.
That was too easy.
Definitely an extra bit of energy about them. And the fans getting behind them. Not really much you could have done about that goal from Shaka just a moment ago.
You can't let it get to you. Farnham Town still had an excellent half. That's a nice
good
pass.
Ball. Could get better for Farnham here with Liddell. Well tracked by Morrison. Here's Jackson. Taylor. Now Mackenzie. His goal's been cancelled out. Here's Mason. Let's go around the outside again. Mason, that time it didn't work, but Farnham get the throw. Canane. Here's Purcell. He's given that away.
Yeah, here come Gosport.
Yeah, with Shaka, the goal scorer. Is he the provider this time? Flag's gone up. It would have been 2-1. It would have been Ethan Taylor's second goal of the season. But the flag has spared Farnham's blushes.
And Ben Purcell's in particular. Just waited on it for a tiny bit too long. And nearly was ultimately punished. That really wouldn't have told the story of the half. But that shows the difference in levels, really, where we've been. Can change in an instant.
Yeah, you wouldn't always get punished for those mistakes last season, but Gosport have certainly done that so far tonight. Sanders and Taylor, the two number 10s linking up, but losing out. And Mason tugged Solly down. I wonder if the referee might not take too kindly to the nature of that foul. It's a clear pullback as Solly was trying to make progress.
Yeah, no denying that. Mason was out of position. He had to do something clever in order to buy himself the time.
And he'll be in disbelief that he's not been shown a yellow card for that.
Yeah.
Gosport have conceded from a set piece, but as we've touched on, they do have a bit of a height advantage. Can they make it count at the opposite end? As Tommaso leaves this one to Benny Reid. Floated in by Reid. And the first contact is by Morrison behind for a goal kick.
It's certainly got a different feel to it than it had 10 minutes ago. Farnham looked like they were in cruise control.
Mackenzie to Sanders. Purcell seeing plenty of the ball. It's a better pass from him into Jackson. He's outnumbered. One back by Purcell. Jackson. Real intensity about Gosport looking to steal the ball in Farnham's territory. It's time for Canane now, though. Dean. Sanders. It's not enough on that one. And it's intercepted by Williams, who looked to get it on for Taylor. The flag was up against him, but did look quite comfortably offside.
Yeah, he did. Farnham trying to work it there. Sanders dropping into more of a central midfield role. Try and get on the ball. Swapping sides with Bobby Joe Taylor. Taylor now coming out to our near side, left-hand side. Oh, that's a poor
loose
pass.
one from Canane, and he's been fortunate that he's been presented it again by Solly. Very uncharacteristic for Canane, such a simple pass. Purcell. Switch of play is on to Taylor. And now Taylor can carry it forward. Looking in the left channel for Liddell. Liddell almost squeezed that through for Mason. It's really confidently dealt with. And helped on to Taylor, who controls that nicely. Dean was there. Sanders saw Kresniki coming. Now Mackenzie. Taylor. Taylor trying to make a move for Mason, who's in the wars again with Reed. Purcell again on the centre spot.
Jackson gets away with that one. That's a poor pass though.
Ooh, caught under his feet. And they're trying to move quickly in transition, Gosport, but it is resulting in some cheap giveaways as Purcell commits another one of his own. Morrison. And now Reed. I don't suspect Paul Johnson will be too happy with the way Farnham have reacted to going 1-0 up.
Yeah, we had sort of like, 5-10 minutes of positive, maybe 5 minutes of positive play after the goal went in, and then since the Gosport goal, it's been almost one-way traffic the other way around. That's a good tackle, though, from Matt Mackenzie.
Little. Mackenzie showing for it.
Don't need to force it.
Yeah, so plenty of time. He's often found himself in acres of space in the centre of the pitch. Fed through to Sanders. Mason wants to return and gets it. And he whips one in. And somehow not bundled in by Liddell. And a goal kick's been given.
Wow. I mean, how did he miss? If it was just out of Liddell touch, he was in the middle of the goal. Not a huge amount of disagreement. Sanders not too happy, but it was a lovely move from Farnham Town, getting Brandon Mason in.
Yeah, and a great delivery from Mason as well. Giving Daryl Sanders the ball tends to pay dividends, and it did there. I'd like to see him get on the ball more often. Paul launches one. Just under 10 minutes of the half remain. Half that saw Matt Mackenzie give Farnham Town the lead with a header from a Bobby Joe Taylor corner, but Kaya Shaka is one of the best goals you'll see all week. How's Gosport on level terms, and Farnham would love to restore their advantage before half-time. They're certainly starting to push again. A lot of it's coming down this left-hand side with Mason. Purcell, now Jackson's giving him an option. And that will be a throw-in.
Better from Farnham. Moving the ball faster across the middle and into the wide areas.
Taylor digs out across with his right foot. It's going to come all the way through to Mason as some of the Gosport players fell asleep there. Mason tried to catch Hall out with a near post.
Good effort. Good effort. I mean, it definitely got past the goalkeeper. It was on target. Would have snuck in. It was a really good cross in the end from Bobby Joe Taylor. No one really read it. Neither in a green or a yellow shirt.
Here's Westmont. Paul allowed time to pick out his next move. It's found Bobby Joe Taylor. Obi. And now Taylor. And Sanders could be in here. Can he work space for a shot? Daryl Sanders. He allowed enough time for the Gosport defence to recover.
Did well. It was a nice move from Farnham Town. Just couldn't get out of his feet. Went jinked back inside beautifully. Sanders just couldn't use that momentum to make a definitive shot. But again, better from Farnham. Settled back in, haven't they? For a rocky 10 minutes.
Mackenzie pressurising, he took too long. Taylor. Krasniki can't get out of his feet. Still a chance now for Taylor, and Purcell just swipes it away. And Little can earn Farnham some respite and get Taylor on the ball quickly. Obi goes over easily. Purcell. Sanders. Mason calling for it. Purcell looks centrally for Obi, and there's just too much on it.
Yeah, nice idea.
And that's fallen for Solly. Looking to exchange with Taylor. Still got it. And they still got it. Taylor.
That's nice.
And Shaka, we know he can have a decent effort from there. That time off target.
God, it's just so much more of an entertaining game than it was on Saturday. Both teams definitely want to go out and win this game. Both teams are giving it a real good go too. Neither goalkeeper's been really forced into a stop. Both goals, and neither goalkeeper could do much about. But there's been plenty of shots on goal. Nothing really hitting the target, bar the ones that have finished in the back of the net.
Here's Jack Dean. Taylor. Will he play the searching ball for Mason? He certainly sized one up. It's always the option for Farnham on this left-hand side. He's been hugging this touchline all evening.
It's an excellent round of Mason.
Jackson trying to cause a problem here and get Obi in. It's another one in the side netting.
Another one where a bit of a half chance, really.
So cushions that down for Mackenzie.
Horrible pass.
He's going to get to it, Sanders. The
Just
wind's
about.
helping him out there, I think, a little bit.
Wind on the spin.
It's another one of those heavy balls through for Obi. And he's not had much to feed off so far.
He hasn't. In a game of half chances.
Canane, that will almost make it through to Obi. Dean with the strong header. Offside anyway. Jack Dean, last few minutes of this opening 45. Farnham looking to go into the break with a lead. Jackson, Little!
Should do better. Should do better. It was at a really good height for him. It was a great ball across too. Little should do better. It was a lovely move again from Farnham. Getting into the wide areas really nicely.
Yeah, both fullbacks been heavily involved as an attacking outlet. So used to seeing Jack Dean be that option from full-back, but it's Jackson and Mason tonight. Here's Reed. It's an acute angle, but not too acute for him. Rattles off the bar and in, and Gosport have come from behind to take the lead against Farnham.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. Farnham have lost the ball far too many times on the edge of their own penalty area, and they've been punished.
Now, it was some finish from Reed, though. The only way you can really find the net from such an angle is to rattle it high like that, and expertly taken from the right back.
2-1 Gosport. Some fans walk behind the gantry. Yeah, that's a disappointing one. I'm not sure what the time is, but it feels like it's right before, about half an hour in? No, but just before half time.
Yeah.
But it was too simple again. One pass.
Farnham Town with more work to do. They've given the ball away cheaply in areas they shouldn't be doing such a thing. But every credit to Benny Reed for the finish.
Yeah, the finish was excellent. The finish was excellent.
Sanders and now Mason. Brandon Mason, that's going to go out of play. Those Gosport fans are having a great time.
They are. They've seen 2 excellent goals from their side.
It makes the half-time team talk very different. It makes our half-time talk very different as well. 3 goals to pick the bones out of during the 15-minute interval.
Yeah, it's been an odd half when you look at the score versus the performance. But that is the level we find ourselves at now. Farnham have had plenty of chances. Nothing clear cut, but neither have Gosport. They've got 2 on the board.
Could get better for them here with Krasniki. He's into the box. Back for Shaka. And a good delivery from him, and Kanane had to watch that carefully. And it's still not really dealt with. Going to come back out for Shaka. And he's going to let that go out for a throw. Still time for Gosport. Sale has to head that out for a corner.
Yeah, that's not what Farnham needed just before the half-time whistle. They were in control again. It was another goal against the run of play, really. It felt like they settled the nerves down after conceding from 25 yards. And it was another goal with a nice quick move. I think it was Matt McKenzie who lost the ball on the edge of the box.
They've got to be concentrating here. Luckily for Farnham, it's only as far as Jack Dean, and they've let it run out for another throw. And it's half-time. And Farnham started well, got themselves ahead through Matt McKenzie. But Kaya Shaka with a stunner from outside the box quickly levelled the game up, and then just before half-time, Benny Reed has given Gosport what we have to say is a surprise advantage based on what we saw early doors.
Yeah, I mean, as a half, it probably feels like a 1-0 Farnham, 1-1 sort of half. 2-1 down. It's going to certainly change that team talk from Paul Johnson. I think he'll be very disappointed with how they've conceded the goals. First one, maybe less can be done. Does ping-pong around on the edge of the box, and it's a great strike. With the second one, it was far more frustratingly given away. It was the ball that's been given away on the edge of the box. We've seen it a few times in the half, haven't we? Ball being given away on the edge of the box. Both teams have done it. And Gosport punished Farnham.
They do. I mean, we'll take it from the start there, and we'll start with the positives. Matt McKenzie with showing what he can do from an attacking sense. We've been bemoaning some of the set-piece deliveries, but that from Bobby Joe Taylor was on a sixpence.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And Farnham started well. They started well, passing the ball, getting in their rhythm. I was pretty impressed with how we took to the surface, and I think with all the disruption that we've had today with the illnesses and Steps whose missus is going into labour, it's been a few different changes that have happened over the course of the day. That's no excuse at all. We've got a good enough squad to come over here and put a job in, but there has been disruption, so I was impressed with how we got off the mark, and obviously scored the first goal. It was an excellent header. It took ages to go in the back of the net, but it was an excellent header, and good to see that Mackenzie can be as threatening in their boxes as he can be defending us.
I mean, just to linger on Mackenzie a little bit, because he's one of the big summer arrivals and people might be watching him for the first time. He was someone that Paul Johnson had an eye on for a long time.
Yeah, and we really didn't think we'd be able to get Matt Mackenzie over the line. He's got incredible pedigree. Lots of professional teams are looking at him. I don't think we're speaking out of turn when we're talking about that. It was a signing that we thought we could get done, but we weren't sure that we were going to be the most favourable team coming in for him. But yeah, he's been an excellent signing. I mean, obviously he'll be disappointed with how he gave away the ball for the Gosport second goal, but on the whole he's been an excellent signing. Brilliant work rate in the first game on Saturday against Hungerford, and obviously off the mark in a Farnham shirt here in Gosport.
It's a different type of midfielder as well for Farnham, isn't it? Someone big, athletic, box to box. Don't necessarily associate that with this Farnham midfield under Johnson. Yeah,
and it's a testament to how much Paul and the management team have had to think about the level change. This isn't just about dominating the ball anymore. We're still playing nice football and sort of orchestrating things in the middle, and Matt is definitely getting better at that. He's spent the last few seasons with the ball going over his head and having to go and win second balls at Hanwell. It's a very different setup to what we're doing here at Farnham, but we needed some pace, we needed some power added to the team, and he's added that in abundance in midfield.
Spoke about the levels a few times and how we can see the evidence on tonight, the difference in getting punished in certain circumstances, but Kaya Shaka's strike just after Farnham took the lead, that's not something you saw much of last season.
No. Although we did see lots of goals that we did concede, but were brilliant goals, and you couldn't do a lot about them, which was always quite frustrating. That one was just an excellent strike. We're going to come up against so much more quality this year. I was talking to someone this morning about the difference in the levels. At step 5, you've basically got one team that's got one match winner. At step 4, you've got 6 or 7 teams that have each got a match winner. And at this level, every single team in the league's got a match winner. And we're very blessed to have multiple match winners. We saw Bobby Joe Taylor step up to the plate on Saturday and make something happen out of nothing. And we've just seen Gosport players do exactly the same there. It's a totally new level of football that you need to appreciate, because you get punished because there's so much more quality on the pitch.
You touched on it a little bit, but it looked like Farnham had kind of weathered the storm a little bit. It looked like there was a bit of chaos for 5 minutes after the equaliser. Farnham then settled down, had a few chances. We saw Liddell go close. We saw Bobby Joe Taylor and Darryl Sanders start to get a bit more of a hold on the game, and then suddenly it's 2-1 to Gosport.
Yeah, it was weird. 5 minutes after the goal, maybe even 10 minutes after they scored, Farnham did not look at all comfortable on the ball. Sort of wasteful passes. I know Ben Purcell gave the ball away and allowed them to break. It was ended up giving offside, but there was a few instances where you're like, Farnham are rattled here. How are they going to respond to a goal from nothing after being so dominant? And then we weathered that storm, and we started to see more and more of the ball up this end of the pitch, and then out of nowhere again lose the ball on the edge of the box, which they've done a few times so far this evening, and one ball slid inside the fullback in the centre half, and I mean it's an excellent finish, isn't it? Zaki's caught between two different choices. Do you come across and mark the man that is probably more likely going to slip him in across the goal, or is he going to rifle it into the roof of the net? And then he did the latter, and he did it with the plumb. We don't want to dwell too much on the absentees, but I just wonder if Farnham are a little bit unsettled by it, especially because
the partnership that Canone and Stepney have built up over the past 12 months. We know the level's different now, but you just wonder if maybe there's a little bit of discomfort or the communication isn't quite the same when Stepney's out of the team.
Yeah, look, I'm not here to make excuses. It's very easy to make excuses when you're losing, and we haven't been used to losing in the last couple of years. So this is a new feeling for me going into half time, goal down. But Ryan's been ill. He's playing through illness this evening. We've seen a few lacklustre passes from him. Don't think he looks 100% out there. And fair play for him to play through it, because we're light on the ground on the centre half because of Steps' absence. And Ryan's played the last 18 months in the right centre back role. He doesn't play left centre half. That's a really, really minor thing, right? But that's where the channel was exploited for their second goal. But not here to stand here and make excuses. This team that we're fielding and the bench, the squad we've brought here to Gosport, is more than good enough, as we've seen with the performance so far, to come and win tonight. And we're very much in this. We've seen how much can change on a sixpence here already with the goals from Gosport, with Farnham's dominance. So hopefully we can turn the tables over the course of the next 45 minutes.
Touching on another positive topic, in my eyes at least, has been Brandon Mason in the first couple of games. He's looked really sharp, and I think there was an element of disbelief that Farnham were able to bring him in the summer, given the level he's played at before.
Yeah, but certainly disbelief on my face. Run you through the situation we found ourselves in. We'd identified a left back. He was playing in the National South, and we really liked him, and he was getting talked to with a few different professional teams, and we ended up just parking that conversation because it was taking too long. It was one position really, left back, that we really knew we needed to solve, because we'd bodge jobbed it for 2 years. Joe Jackson and Kai, and they're not left backs. We knew we needed a left-footed left back to come in here and do a job for the season, and one that was good enough, and it was enough of an attacking threat as much as defensive. And so we were talking to this guy in National South. We were really excited about potentially getting over the line. It just kept going on and on and on, just wasn't getting there. And then Bobby Joe Taylor became available from Dorking. That was the sort of Thursday. I had a conversation with him, and then he had a conversation with Jono, and he said, okay, well, I need to have a think, need to see what else is out there over the weekend and early next week. And we said, no problem, we're not expecting to go and land a player like Bobby Joe Taylor, so we'll just go on our own and try and find a left back. And we kind of got to a list that we weren't too happy with in this kind of second tier of left backs that we'd identified. So we went back into the list, which was the we're never going to sign them list, which was basically our benchmarking of data for the other lists. And Brandon Mason's numbers are unbelievable for dribbles completed, crosses into the box, cross completion, winning the ball back, recovery runs. His data is unbelievable, and he's been playing in League One, the National League, and a bit last season at the back end of it with St Albans in the National South. So we were like, wow, okay, if he's producing that at that level, it'd be really interesting to see what he was like. So he was our benchmark, and then we just sent him a message in the sort of doldrums of, we're not going to get Bobby Joe, we're not going to get this guy we were talking about in the National South. We're going to fire it off to. He wasn't our number one target, because he was better than the number one target we were looking at. And he messaged back and said, look, I've been following the journey for the last couple of years, and I'm really excited to kind of get my teeth into a project, and a project that has an opportunity to go and win something, and I want to be a part of it, And he knew about Daz and Joe Jackson from, I think it was Sunday League when they were kids, he took the call, and we got the deal done in 24 hours. And then Bobby Joe Taylor calls me back on Tuesday and says, I'm in. And I go, oh, right, we now got two of the best left backs in the country at the level. We now need to figure out how we're going to make this work, if we can make it work with Bob. And the beauty of Bob is, we've seen it already. He's so versatile, but also so accomplished on the ball. So in that 10 role, in this very unusual 4-2-2-2 sort of very narrow formation, he works incredibly well. But we've already seen him at right back in the system in pre-season against Gosport Borough. I'm sure we'll see him this season at left back when Brandon's out. In a 4-3-3, right wing, left wing. He's, I wouldn't be shocked over the course of the season if we see him in centre midfield. He can play, and he's an excellent addition as well. But Brandon has nailed down that left back spot for sure.
And even with a couple of absentees in attacking areas, obviously Great Evans is injured, Sam Evans is maybe feeling a bit under the weather. Farnham has still got options on their bench. Not many tonight, only 4, but Owen Dean there is looming large.
Yeah, I mean, Owen would be the natural number one player that you'd look to get on the pitch. I think it would suit him out there, having watched the first 45 minutes. So you've got Owen and Kai, who are both like properly match fit. Then you've got Tom Leggett, who's sort of, I'm not sure he's match fit yet, but he's getting there. You know, obviously an excellent, accomplished midfielder, very capable himself. And then Sam Evans. I mean, look, I would be shocked to see Sam Evans on the pitch if we were winning. But given the circumstances, and maybe if the circumstances resume into the 75th, 80th minute, you might get 10 minutes of Sam Evans just go in there and cause chaos if we're on top. But I don't think we'll see much more of him. You know, he's got the flu, as is Ryan. Like, both of them are in exactly the same boat.
But even with those, with both Evans being out, it's still difficult for Johnson, isn't it, to leave somebody out? And tonight again, it's Owen Dean. He's just got to be patient, hasn't he? He's
got to be patient. I think he's a sort of victim of his own success. I think he was excellent when he came on against Hungerford, and he changed the game really. Him and Adam Liddell, and it may be why Adam Liddell gets the nod tonight. Away from home, he's ratty, gets around, difficult to play against as a centre back, and I think there's also an eye on Chertsey away on Saturday. With Owen, played against a lot of those players already over the last couple of years. That Chertsey team's made up of a mix of Bracknell players, a few former Chertsey players who they've brought back in, and then Red Hill and Rains Park players. And we've played against them for a couple of seasons, so we know a lot about them. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Owen start that game if he comes off the bench and makes an impact again tonight. So yeah, it's interesting. I think Paul Johnson probably needs to make a decision as to what his 1-2 is going to be for the season. I think he's still trying to figure that out. He's got an embarrassment of riches, really, in 5 very, very accomplished step-free strikers. And it's just about figuring that out. And same goes for central midfield. When Imran Uche comes back, Tom Leggett becomes fit, Harry Cooksey comes back from sunning himself in Mallorca. So yeah, it's plenty of decisions to make for this Farnham Town team and Farnham Town management team. But this is an unusual position for Farnham Town. 2-1 down at half-time. I can't remember the last time Farnham went into the break in a league game losing. No. Because Hayes, we were 2-0 down very quickly, but we got it back to 2-2. I think you might be going back to season 1 2.5 years ago. I mean, someone I know if Michael's
Hayes away.
And Leatherhead, we were 2-1 down, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, there's been only a handful of instances.
And one of those is on the beach. Hayes away was very much a season's over kind of game anyway.
Yeah, so it's an unusual position, but a position that we are going to have to deal with over the course of the next 45 minutes as the players have come out. Farnham out first. I would say something has to change, but it doesn't really. Farnham just need to play the way they were playing for most of that half.
Well, do you expect something to change from a Gosport perspective with a lead to protect?
Yeah, I don't think so, because they were doing well, and they've caused Farnham issues on the counter attack and winning the ball high. So do they need to change? It's kind of a game that's been perfect for the game plan for Gosport. Farnham just need to cut the mistakes. If Farnham cut the mistakes and give themselves a few chances in front of goal, I think this could turn again into a winning position. But 2 very, very fundamentally important things need to happen. Cut the mistakes at the back and give yourself a few more chances in front of goal. Make the goalkeeper work at the very, very least.
Just looking down at Ryan Kinane and seeing how he's feeling. I mean, the one where you can tell he's not feeling great is he's not been as vocal as he often is tonight, I would say.
Yeah, that's very fair. I hadn't even noticed that, but you're right.
Still plenty of leaders on that pitch, though. Plenty of players that have been through the wars with Farnham Town over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, and Farnham travelled to Chertsey on Saturday and then host Wimborne at home next Saturday. It's the next home fixture. Bank holiday weekend, bank holiday Saturday, and then bank holiday Monday we're away in Dorchester. It really is rat-tat-tat. But it's nice to come out of August having played that many league games. We've had plenty of situations in the last couple of years where we may have only played 1 league game because of cup games, etc. So nice to get an early midweek in. as Farnham look like they're going to be playing against absolutely nobody in the second half. Which
I think the referee's getting a bit impatient here, to be honest.
What does he do though? What's his power here? I think there's league fines, and the league officers are here, but not really sure what else the referee can do.
Farnham keen to get on with things and make amends for that first 45. And as I mentioned, they have only got 4 on the bench tonight. One of those is not well.
Still no Gosport players making their faces seen outside of their dressing room.
It is allowing Club Secretary Frankie Hobbs more time to eat some biscuits and drink some tea up there, though.
Yeah, he looks comfortable, doesn't he? Lovely hospitality, I have to say. Fantastic. Here come Gosport Borough.
Yep, they'll be attacking the Borough Bar end, as I'm calling it.
Or the double-decker end.
Yeah.
The yellow bus end. How else could you call it?
Challengerlighting.com end.
Doesn't roll off the tongue. The houses end. We've got the park end down there. It's the cricket end, isn't it, really? It's like Lords out there.
A few Farnham Town fans gathered behind the goal that Farnham will be shooting towards. Long old journey by their standards, based on what they've been used to in the last couple of seasons. Had a couple of trips down this way last season with Horndean and Moneyfields. Moneyfields was an early season encounter, wasn't it? On an artificial pitch.
It was.
Much easier afternoon than this one has been so far. But 45 minutes to rescue something, and they'll still believe they can win this game, Farnham. First things first is to get on level terms and keep things tight at the other end, because they did give away plenty of chances.
Not really sure what the referee's having a conversation about. If it's about delaying kickoff, he's doing it. Never seen this before. As we said right at the start of the stream, a point is not a disaster on the road at all in midweek at any point this season. This is a tough place to come. Farnham are trailing 2-1. A point at this stage looks good. But based on the first half dominance, you'd have expected to come away with 3.
Well, we are good to go. Gosport are ready.
It's good of them. Excellent atmosphere in here.
We are finally back underway. A long ball for Dean to deal with. No changes for Farnham at half time. Obi's going to chase this one down.
An exciting 45 minutes ahead of us. Farnham Town need to attack the Gosport goal.
Yeah, this is what we've been looking forward to as viewers. Real jeopardy and a real uphill task for Farnham. Kenane.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people tuning in as well, looking at Farnham and hoping they lose, as they have done for the last few seasons. It's a very little happiness. It's very different at this level of football. There will be ups, there will be downs. We had ups on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a very different type of game tonight. Far more open, far more enjoyable, to be completely honest. Bassell looks to squeeze that one through, and it's well left by Taylor for Jackson, who can try to feed Taylor.
That's a poor pass in the circumstances from Joe Jackson. Much better from Ben Purcell and Bobby Joe Taylor. That was not Jackson's finest moment. Overthought it, maybe. Such a simple pass, just around the corner.
Yeah, I wondered if he was going to fizz it across the face of goal, but Taylor was in a good position for him. sure Hall will take his time over all these goal kicks. Jack Dean having to cover. Sees it out.
As much as I love the run-offs from a sort of aesthetic point of view, it's just much harder to slow down as a player, isn't it, when you get towards the advertising hoardings. But the pitch does look incredible.
Yeah. Purcell. Ryan Kinane. Sanders. Over to Jack Dean.
That's another poor pass from Joe Jackson.
Mackenzie wins it back though, momentarily. Just got to sharpen up the passing. Mason. And now Mackenzie. Taylor. Looking for Sanders. Just got caught in the air there, the ball in the wind. Mackenzie again is there to sweep up in midfield. Sanders dropping deep again, letting it run for Kinane. Losing to the space, Sanders. And attempt at some intricate play. Purcell not adjudged to have committed a foul there. It's not the first time the referee's let an incident like that go. Taylor.
Not surprised.
Shot caught under Taylor's feet that time.
I mean, Ethan Taylor's had so little of the ball, hasn't he? As a lone frontman, he's worked tirelessly, I have to say, but he's had so little of the ball. And Gosport have found the net twice.
Taylor exchanging with Mason, that is a foul, and well, if that is not a yellow card, then the referee clearly is trying to keep his cards in his pocket. We saw a similar one with Mason earlier.
He is going to have a conversation with him. I don't think he's going to book him.
He's in a lenient mood.
Very lenient. Not I think that there's been any sort of bad tackles.
No, not by any stretch.
Just ones
cynical.
Just ones that you normally see punished. No complaints. Don't think he's made any howlers so far. I would let him know if he had.
So Taylor standing over the free kick. He's already provided one assist from a dead ball situation. And Kinane is denied by Hall.
Good save. Good header. Good save. Great ball in from Bobby Joe Taylor. Ryan Kinane did well. It was a bit... It was the perfect height for the goalkeeper, really, wasn't it? Made it look really quite spectacular. But he did well to get it away. Gives something for Farnham to get excited about, though. And it's been a good start to the second half. Mirroring the first.
Mason. Taylor's on the move. Purcell finds Taylor, and it's another wicked ball in.
It's a brilliant ball in. It's a brilliant ball in. Strikers need to be alive to it because the delivery is getting better and better.
Yeah, Obi was just arriving a couple of seconds too late, maybe. One back by Mason. That's all the way through for Waller. Wants to get Farnham going again. Certainly not feeling sorry for themselves, Farnham. They're looking to get parity again as Sanders with a rare loose touch. Canane going long.
It's a great ball.
And Mason takes it in his stride, and maybe his touch is just too heavy, but it's still in play. No, it's not. Goal kick given.
Great ping from Ryan Canane. Great first touch from Brandon Mason too.
Both sets of fans making some noise.
Yeah, I have to give a huge amount of credit to Gosport Borough Supporters Club, who kindly gifted me some merchandise. But I've also made a huge amount of noise over the course of the whole game so far. Been excellent.
Looking here
That's
for
nice.
Caban. Williams. That was a nice touch from Shaka. And a cross that is into the grateful arms of Waller. He looks to get Obi on the move. Important touch from Morrison. It's not got Obi as involved as they would have liked tonight, Farnham.
1,020 in it.
Goodness me.
Must be a lot below, mate. Although it's busy now and sort of in that sort of area.
Jackson happy to let that bounce and let it run, and hooks it out to Williams. And he's encouraged to keep going forward. It's all very tight in there, but Gosport emerge with Caban.
That's a nice ball.
Shouts for handball. Referee says no. Caban. And tipped over by Waller. It was central enough. It didn't make it too difficult, but he still had to make the save.
It was a good save. It was a good save. Just rattling around there, wasn't it? Farnham couldn't get it away.
Momentum has swung a little bit back in Gosport's favour after some early second half dominance from Farnham. Into a good area. It's a Farnham head that met it. Reed's going to get there though. And there's a 2-on-1 here.
Huge amount of Gosport Borough players.
And that one just didn't wrap his foot around it.
Good chance for Gosport.
The attendance announced and given a round of applause.
Farnham again involved in big crowds. I want to be involved in big crowds and big moments all season long. But let's focus on the next 35 minutes to kick things off.
Jackson. Joe Taylor's really pulled out wide on the left. Not a lot in the way of bodies occupying the number 10 space, and that's the reason why, because Taylor, well, they didn't get on the end of it, but that's what they're looking for now, Farnham. Trying to use the width of the pitch. So used to seeing those two 10s occupy the central space, aren't you, in the pockets?
Absolutely.
They've perhaps identified that the wide areas is where they're going to get their joy.
Yeah, I'm just sort of watching the bench down below, and there is a man getting ready, and it looks like it's Owen Dean.
he was the one we mentioned at half-time, especially with Evans being under the weather. Purcell.
That'll either be brilliant or under hit. Oh, great tackle.
Yeah, the passing range hasn't quite been there. That was also a bit of an issue on Saturday.
Is that Owen Dean or is that Tom Leggett?
Looks like it's two
It's
getting
both.
ready. Yeah, there you go.
That's why I was confused. I identified both. If I was guessing, I would say Purcell and Obi. Could be Little. That looks like 20.
Yeah, Middle jogging off. Replaced by Dean.
What I do like about Paul Johnson's subs is it always gives them plenty of time. Plenty of time to make an impact. And it was Ben Purcell who made way for Tom Leggett.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Leggett. What can we expect from him as a difference maker?
Another ball player, looks to play the ball forward. Very tidy, was Fans Player of the Year for Salisbury when they got promoted out of Step 3 and into the National South, and played plenty of times for Salisbury in the National South. He's not been blessed with a competitive start yet for Farnham. This is obviously only our second game. And I blame mainly because he went on holiday so much.
Yeah, Salisbury, who beat Gosport in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago at this level. Looks like Gosport are going to respond with a couple of changes of their own. Still got a player down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport Borough substitution coming on number 10, Charlie Gunson, replacing the 12.
Yeah, Charlie Gunson, who, as I mentioned earlier, did score on Saturday, had to settle for a place on the bench this evening. He's on for Harvey Solly.
And is Trevor Caborn swapping sides? Looks like he is. And the injured player's going off as well. Or is it just one sub? Yeah, just one sub. More of a conventional 4-3-3 now.
Yeah, they've always maintained the attacking threat throughout the game, Gosport, not just sitting on this lead. But they're doing a good job of protecting it so far. That's bounced off Taylor.
That's going to stay in. It is. Oh, it's gone out.
Farnham will want to pick up the tempo again after that stoppage. Can often take a bit of momentum out of a game. But the throw's gone Gosport's way.
Not really sure why.
I think the Farnham bench are a little bit aggrieved at that one.
Yeah, the linesman signalled for it. Farnham way.
Kenzie trying to
That's nice.
stay competitive. And there was Leggett.
Yeah, Leggett will just fill in exactly the same role as Ben Purcell.
Here he is. Jackson looking to thread one through the eye of a needle into Dean, who's yet to get involved.
And involved he'll want to be. He's a player for the big moments, Owen Dean. In his short Farnham history, he's had plenty of big moments.
That's nice from Taylor. Accelerating through the centre of the pitch. Final ball though doesn't come off.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. It's been frustrating.
Plenty of time for Farnham Town. But that final third passing has got to sharpen up. Just going to produce a yellow card. It looks like it.
Finally.
Can't have too many complaints.
No.
Ethan Taylor.
Has to be a bit of a dongle, don't you, to stand in front of the ball like that. Especially this time, like with 10 minutes to go maybe, but with half an hour to go, what are you gaining out of that? You're only putting yourself in trouble.
If Owen Dean's presence on the pitch might encourage Farnham to go a bit more direct with those diagonal balls that we often see aimed towards him. Jackson again looking for Obi. And Obi gets it across. Can't find a Farnham shirt.
Such a good position. Obi didn't create anything positive from it.
Here's Jackson again. Here's Obi. Now pulling wide. Brought down, Farnham play on with Jackson and Daryl Sanders.
Another poor pass.
Leggett intervenes.
That's better.
And now Obi. Jackson gets it out of his feet for Sanders. Plenty of Farnham players forward here. Mason and
Forcing
Taylor looking for the 1-2.
Taylor's going to have to track back here. That's a nice. Oh, that's not. I thought it looked like it was bending around. Canane said it went the other way. Wasteful again, though. Farnham getting into positive areas.
Another Gosport player down. Going to be another stoppage. We're in for a late night here at this rate. Leggett. Now Mason. Taylor with another cross, this time for Obi.
What's he trying? That's good from Leggett. He's been excellent since he came on.
Here's Mackenzie.
Just want to see more from the front men. Getting Farnham not really forced them into a save. That's a nice pass though.
Mason, how's his delivery? And again it was Obi going in. It was a good ball across from Mason. In the end it ricocheted off Obi and out for a goal kick. He found himself on the deck. But that link up between Taylor and Mason has shown promise.
Yeah, it has.
Now that Gosport goalkeeper taking his time, he's gone down here, Ryan Hall, and it's another stoppage we're going to have to sit through. Making a change anyway. Jack Fox is on for Trevor Caban, who had briefly switched over to the right flank.
Maybe just so he had less distance to walk for when he got subbed off.
Don't think they're in the business of saving time, but
no. Well, I'm reluctant to say it, but Farnham have certainly got back on the front foot again, but every time they have so far tonight, they've conceded a goal.
Dean leaves that for Waller. Comes and claims. Jack Dean. Now Leggett. as the wind picks up here in Gosport.
Yeah, you know you're by the coast. Yeah, you can even see it in the players' shirts slightly, can't you? Definitely a change in the weather over the last 10 minutes or so.
Dean. Full Leggett. Forward for Obi. He's on the deck again. Now Sanders hasn't been as impactful in the second half as he was at times in the first.
Nice from Jack Dean. Owen Dean coming short.
Here's Mason as well to control it and regain his footing quickly. And now Sanders. That's the ball finally to find more often. Enough bodies around Sanders though to stop him.
Bobby J. Taylor is hugging the touchline. That is a very poor pass there.
Bobby J. Taylor scratches his head.
Can't afford for Gosport to be able to waste time like that. Farnham forcing it there. For a bit of frustration. They have created some nice moments in this second half.
Taylor forced all the way back.
Jack Dean went all the way with him.
Yeah, Leggett filling in.
That's Matt McKenzie. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, almost beat Kinane. Got back in.
Wow. Oh, that could have been incredibly dangerous.
Owen Dean loses his footing. It's becoming a bit of a theme for Farnham's forwards. Now, Kresniki given away cheaply, and that's unnecessary from a Gosport perspective.
Yeah, that was less good.
Time is...
Oh, I've got to just be careful not to just lamp it up the field, you know. Work it. Take the time.
Taylor trying to find an angle to squeeze it through for Jackson.
Nearly did so.
Jackson did well to get out of the way and avoid that bouncing off him for a goal kick. Shaka.
Great tackle.
Gosport ball. Rory Williams will take his time.
Lost to nothing. That's a great tackle by Owen Dean. Another opportunity for Gosport to slow it down. And they'll hold that noose around Farnham Town's neck all night when they can, just to slow that game down. Every opportunity they get, they're going to use it.
It's been a very stop-start second half.
It has.
Not quite the same fluidity to the game we saw in the first period.
And on comes Sam Evans. Did not think we'd see him. It's a break glass moment for Paul Johnson.
Yeah, not really happened for Ogo Obi tonight.
No, it hasn't. Not his best performance in a Farnham shirt.
Probably say that about a few players. Not singling Obi out by any means. Still time though.
Plenty of time. As we said at the start of the broadcast, point away in midweek at any point this season is a positive point. Gosport are getting deeper and deeper in their own half.
can Farnham exploit it? Leggett switches.
It's unnecessary, really. Plays to Gosport's strengths, really.
He's going to get another go on the ball, though, Leggett. This time he moves into the space.
Poor pass.
One back by Mackenzie.
Really good. Oh, over here.
Yeah, the more of those passes that go astray, the more the frustration builds, doesn't it? So Dean steps up, doesn't want to allow Taylor any time. Bobby Joe Taylor goes
Great
down.
tackle.
Farnham wanted a free kick for a foul by Krasniki on Dean. Referee, as has been his mantra all night, lets it go.
Yeah, to be fair, I've not got a lot of complaints about the referee, and I think he's been very lenient for both teams.
Shaka. Krasniki.
Man over here.
Forward. Oh, Reed was screaming for it. Krasniki. Just being pressurised by Mackenzie. Evans will try and make life difficult for Hall. Just managing the situation nicely here, Gosport.
Yeah, this has been a nice spell for them.
Canane watches. Canane gets the header on by Mackenzie.
Didn't really get a shout, did he, Mackenzie? But he's got away with it in the end.
Leggett.
Farnham need to stretch the game.
An off the ball incident has seen Gosport win a free kick on the halfway line.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Not a player that would usually get involved in something like that. Didn't even see what happened.
Another chance for Gosport to get bodies forward and take some time and stretch their legs. Force Farnham back.
That's nice.
For Taylor. Decent delivery from Taylor. And it's in, it's 3-1.
It was a brilliant goal.
Charlie Wasmer takes the applause. And that might be the dagger.
It was a really, really nicely worked free kick. Farnham switched off. Farnham were punished again. It's been the story of the game.
And the nature of the free kick as well, given away through an off-the-ball incident. Farnham had possession. Proven very, very costly. And that is just up the volume in this stadium. And they've capitalised when they've been on top, haven't they, Gosport?
They have. But it was a silly incident. Led to it. Free kick out of absolutely nothing. Farnham again on top. We said it in the middle of the half. It's felt like it's been the recurring theme. Farnham on top, Farnham dominant, Farnham concede.
Joe Taylor. Is there a response? Certainly not going to be an instant one. Another substitution being ready for Farnham Town. Kai Tanner, the last man standing on the bench. Probably Joe Taylor just limping a little bit. but it's Sanders who makes way. So often the man Farnham turn to in these moments is the man who first gave away the free kick and is now withdrawn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if the camera captures the incident that led to it. You see so few of those off the ball incidents just given as fouls, isn't you? It was a lovely ball in that caused the problem for Farnham.
Sam Evans looking to get involved.
That's really good. Puts another piece of pressure on Farnham. He's worked hard up there, Taylor. He's hardly had any of the ball. He's done all his work by harrying the defenders, running back and forth between Jack Dean and Ryan Kane. It's been a story of chances.
Leggett. Mackenzie. Now Jackson gets it out of his feet, and Farnham have got a lifeline.
It's an excellent goal, and it's a brilliantly delivered cross by Joe Jackson. It's been a goal that you felt like has been coming for a long time in that exact way. Great ball in, and finally someone's there to prod it home. I think it was Sam Evans who got the final touch.
Well,
how long do we think's left?
Got to be 10 minutes of regulation time. Got to be another 5 of added time, you'd think. Finally, Farnham makes something of one of those opportunities down this right-hand side.
It was a great ball in from Joe Jackson.
So, game on. Just as it seemed as though Gosport had put this one to bed, we do still have about 12 minutes plus added time, so
poor pass from indeed, gets away with it. Farnham need to relax. They've got time. Again, I keep stressing it, but a point here will be excellent, especially given the circumstances. I mean, 2 goals down with about 15 to go. It would feel like a win.
Leggett. Every Gosport player behind the ball now. Jackson exchanges with Taylor, and then a heavy touch from Jackson. And now we'll see Rory Williams take about 25 seconds to get to the ball.
And I don't mind it. We did exactly the same on Saturday.
Referee's already warned him twice about his time wasting.
Yeah, you won't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's the 3rd time. Jack Dean created some space and won the header, with Joe Taylor helping Mackenzie out. Mackenzie still being rushed and harried. Leggett really has taken the Ben Purcell role of picking the ball up in the middle of the park. Mason is in behind, and he's got 3 in the box to aim at. Tanner was arriving, well headed away, but not all the way out. And claims of handball, they've given it. It's a penalty. Bobby Joe Taylor's effort. And Farnham have a chance to make it 3-3. Just a few minutes after going 3-1 down.
Oh, I hate penalties. I hate penalties, and I hate penalties that matter.
Well, this one certainly does, and Bobby Joe Taylor wasted absolutely no time picking up the ball. In a topsy-turvy encounter, Farnham could momentarily be level.
I've seen Jack Bass move up the pitch, try and capture this. This is a big moment. Big moment in the game, because it would give Farnham time.
Taylor or Hall after the handball. Being made to wait. It's Taylor, and it's 3-3.
It's an excellent penalty. Struck so sweetly. Farnham Town are somehow in this game.
Put away with authority as Bobby Joe Taylor makes it 2-2 for him. And this is not a scenario we foresaw 5 minutes ago.
Ten to go.
Well,
the game has just been reset. I don't know what to think of here. It's been so. The last 2 goals have been so muted. Such a roar when Gosport score. Only a few Farnham Town fans have made it down to Gosport.
And every single one of them claimed for that handball. It was clearly something they felt was.
Referee was well positioned too. Rafa Ramos on the pitch.
Well, this is kamikaze stuff.
It's fun. It's fun. Gosport, will they be rocked?
Well, the hate watchers-esque, those that were ready to.
Going on here.
Those that were ready to pile on Farnham Town, who are 3-1 down. Looks like the referee's going to brandish a card. That's the Gosport bench who seem to be on the receiving end of this disciplinary action.
I hope it's a red card after all this. Is that yellow? All that for that.
It just adds to the time and the tension. There's going to be a lot of added time here.
Right.
And the wind is in Farnham's sails. But so often we've said that tonight, and so often they've been sloppy.
That's good. No conversations.
Taylor was physical there.
It's going to be a physical end to this game.
Kanane had just got caught out of position, lunged.
Did well. Did well in the end. I'm trying to work out which way the wind's blowing. I haven't got any grass I can flick up in the air to find out.
It's a bit of a metaphor for this match, to be honest.
It's blowing straight into our faces. It's across the pitch from one stand to another.
We've got another talking to here.
Do something about it.
Another card. Is there more cards on the bench?
What is the point of booking the bench, honestly? What is the point? I know Mark White's watching tonight.
Oh, and that could be short. And Taylor nearly got there. He wants this win, doesn't he?
He does. And he can sense it. He's been involved in plenty of big matches, but this is a Gosport chance. That looked like handball.
Ethan Taylor at the other end. No handball. It's Shaka. He can't be allowed to shoot if you're a Farnham player. Here he is again. Mackenzie doesn't let him breathe and gives away a free kick.
It's a silly free kick. It's a silly free kick to give away. I thought it was a handball when Ethan Taylor controlled the ball only 10 seconds before, but it's a silly handball. Sorry, silly foul.
Set pieces have been a big story in this game. Farnham scoring from a corner and a penalty. Gosport have profited from a free kick. And they got another one here with less than 5 minutes of regulation time to go.
I've enjoyed this game, regardless of the result from here. I've enjoyed this game. It's been a real step up in class from what we watched on Saturday. I've enjoyed Gosport really going for it. And with just over sort of 6-7 minutes to go, regardless of the result, it's been an entertaining one, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube.
It's a good effort! And Zaki Waller was a relieved man to see that go wide.
As am I. As am I. God, that felt close. It was so well hit. And from our angle, we had to wait for it to whistle past the post before we were certain that it was wide.
678 watching on the stream. What a treat for them. Has it got one more twist?
Maybe.
Could go either way.
It really could. It's been stretched. It's been a brilliant second half. 3 goals in each half.
Dean. Leggett. Farnham wants to move it quickly. Again, it was that. Oh, they're going to give a foul against Nason.
He was just blocked off. Had to get rid of him.
They're going to give it against Nason. That's unlucky.
Interesting to see the Gosport players not really rush to take this either. Maybe they see this as an excellent point.
Both teams would walk away relatively happy with it. Farnham, it's not in their DNA, is it, to settle for one? Fascinating to find out how much added time there is. This time Ryan Hall being given the hurry up. He's going
to surely do something about it. All very odd.
A home opener for Gosport. Happy with a point, it seems.
Yeah, taking their time over everything.
Allowed to bounce. Tanner gets the head. Leggett.
More up than away.
And Farnham have got to play it down. It's Tanner holding his ankle. And
referee puts his whistle to his mouth.
Carries on. Now the play stops, and I think Tanner's in some discomfort here, and Canane is frustrated that the referee allowed it to carry on whilst Gosport had possession and then stop play. And Tanner might be in some trouble down there.
Injuries is the last thing we need. 20-man squad. I know Harry Cooksy's watching at home. Might be time to get your boots on, son.
Yeah, Tanner looks in agony.
We're the walking wounded. And we're in game week 2.
Referee and linesman having a word down below us.
Yeah, Kai is not going to continue here, is he?
That's quite a safe bet, I'd say.
He has no other substitutes. Farnham will play the last few minutes with 10 men, I presume, based on what I'm watching.
Well, Tanner's head in his hands.
We've been treated this evening to 6 goals so far, and a really, really entertaining game of football. The last 2 goals have felt so unexciting. But it did silence the Gosport crowd.
Tanner making his way back up to his feet, but he's not going to be carrying on. He's not going to be he's not going to be playing much of a part anytime soon, I would suspect, as he's having to be carried off.
Yeah, that's a nasty one.
Not been given the warmest of goodbyes by the Gosport fans.
They're going to ask for a stretcher here. Farnham Town are down to the bare bones already. I'm already dreading the phone call from Paul Johnson tomorrow morning. We're going to need another player.
Very little sympathy from the Gosport fans.
Oh God. Yeah, this isn't a nice one to watch. To be honest, we've been really lucky over the last couple of years to not see any horrible injuries for Farnham Town players, but this one doesn't look great. Obviously Max Meaton gets injured every week, but this one doesn't look so good. Kai Tanner leaves the pitch on a stretcher.
Smattering of applause now, to be fair to the Gosport fans.
Yeah, they probably realise it's a bit worse than they thought. 5 added minutes.
I thought it would be double that.
Yeah.
Anyone's guess when that 5 begins? And how much extra is actually going to be added on after Tanner's injury?
Well, Kai did do his ankle very badly, and that's what saw him drop out of the pro game at Sutton United, and he was out for a year. I really hope it's not that bad. But Farnham need to reset. They're down to 10, and they've got 5 minutes, and now a point looks really, really good.
Dean just hacks it forward. Picked up by Owen Dean. Out of play.
Owen Dean's going to have to drop in here. Almost going to a 4-4-1. Bobby Joe Taylor left wing. 2 central midfielders staying the same, and Owen Dean's going to play on the right wing. But I imagine we're going to see a Gosport onslaught here.
Farnham have got the pace of Evans up front though. But the man advantage is something the hosts will look to make count.
Oh, that's a poor pass from Bobby Joe Taylor.
Straight to Ethan Taylor. Jack Dean did well there. Rory Williams is
so much more space on the pitch now. Farnham with a man down.
Tommaso to Wasmer, who thought he'd won the game for Gosport with that header to make it 3-1. Oh, he almost gave it away. Deflected. And Waller can keep hold of that, and he goes down to his knees and eats up a second or two.
Yeah, obviously the new ruling, 8 seconds, means that Zaki Waller can't keep hold of the ball as much as he would have liked to last season. That's nicely round the corner. Farnham Town get a free kick.
Yeah, that was another needless free kick.
These are the ones that have to count. Hold on, he's gone.
He's off. This game has had absolutely everything, and it's 10 apiece with a few minutes of stoppage time to go.
I don't know where to look anymore. He's just been sent off for 2 descents in 20 seconds. It's the stupidest red card I've ever seen from a team.
Another yellow card, Brandish. Well, the referee was... Yeah, he was very lenient early doors, but Rasma, who has gone from hero to zero...
God, he really would. If Farnham can score here, it would be just the most ridiculous turn of events.
They've gone from trying to protect a point 30 seconds ago to smelling all 3.
It's been a bizarre game. Farnham need to take their time though. Get this right.
High line from Gosport. Nobody in the box. It's all about the delivery.
Wind's picking up. It will help this cross.
Easy enough for Ryan Hall.
Great tackle from Owen Dean.
Well, don't think anyone wants this game to end. Here's Williams.
I don't really know how long's left. There's been so many weird things that have happened. Even the 5 minutes of added time was added at 92nd minute. That's a nice ball around the corner though. What a touch.
Brian Canane, he can be ill, but he still does his job.
They will suck this ball in, the Gosport fans behind the goal. It would be an almighty roar if they can steal all 3 points here.
The 95 minutes are up. This could be the last chance for someone to nick it here.
There's been a lot of set-piece goals. Man out over on the outside the box.
Yeah, Tommaso waiting for it. And it drops, fortunately, for Farnham, for Taylor. Evans up. Jackson for Evans again. And he's strong enough. And he wins a free kick for Farnham. Shaka tries to waste some time. We've got more players down.
That's the last thing I want to see.
It was a late one.
He's been clattered from Ryan, hasn't he?
looks like Evans is going to be okay. I say that, he's still not quite made it to his feet. Been in the wars today, Sam Evans, in various regards. Is there a twist in the tail?
I don't think so. I think both teams are going to be happy with this now. It's going to be set pieces only. Unless Farnham can find some magic.
Dean's header. It's Evans. Dean. Farnham ball.
Looked like he rolled it out himself, Owen Dean. No real protestations. Owen Dean's going to launch this.
Kanane's gone forward. Everyone's forward rather than...
Everyone's back though for Gosport.
Into the area. Evans, no flag. In by Dean. It's deep. Almost up from Mackenzie, who flicks it up. Jackson. Nobody on the edge. Takes a swipe at it, Jackson. And it's going to be another throw if there's time, which the referee says there is.
God, I'm not sure I make
Taylor comes short.
Not sure I make it out alive if this goes in.
Bobby Joe Taylor. Can he get the cross in? It's a corner. And it's still time.
Surely they can't. Surely they can't.
This is it.
You really would fear for my car on the outside of this ground if Farnham find a winner here. You really would.
Will be Taylor's delivery.
Oh, it's a poor one. But it's come all the way through.
And the free kick's given for a foul at the front post. Disappointing, but that is it. And it's far from disappointing for Farnham, considering they were 3-1 down. They've battled back to earn a point here. Final score, Gosport Borough 3, Farnham Town 3.
Excellent game, excellent entertainment. Farnham showed grit, determination and a real spirit to get back into that game. I'm impressed. There's definitely things to work on. Defensively, Farnham looked a bit frail, but there are definitely reasons for that. Variables slightly out of Farnham's control today. Injuries, pregnancies and illness. And obviously we wish Kai Tanner well as well, who was stretchered off, who was a major part of Farnham's comeback too. Farnham Town 3, Gosport 3, and Farnham Town pick up a very important point on the road. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors, and we will see you very, very soon.
Cheers, guys.